I've reached the point in my life where I don't get all that excited about movie trailers. I got excited when I watched the trailer for Heretic. Psychological thriller with an actor that you wouldn't normally peg for this type of role. Hugh Grant playing like the weird guy who invites a pair of Mormon missionaries into his house to discuss religion, and then things turn weird almost immediately. Yeah, I was all in, really wanted to see this one, and it's great. So let's talk about Heretic. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Before we get started, click on the subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, the notification bell. You can also follow me on Rumble. You can also follow me on X. I post all my videos there as well separately. Hometown Zero YT. You can also follow me on Instagram at Real Hometown Zero. So, a movie like this has a really like small and tight cast, and the success of the movie hinges entirely on really the script and the performances. And that's basically it. And I'm happy to report that this movie has like a really great story, and it nails the tension from the very first frame. Two young missionary girls, played by Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East, visit this house, and it's like the second to last stop on their like preaching about Latter-day Saints, about the LDS Church. So these Mormon missionaries go into this house and they discover this guy who clearly is lying about the existence of his wife. He lies about making a pie, and he clearly has some sort of sinister motivations. It's also very clear early on that he like signed up to get their literature, so of course they showed up to talk to him. And what I love about this movie is that it really takes its time getting going. This movie's almost 2 hours long, and it's one of those films that very easily could have been like an hour and a half, and I think could have lost a lot of the substance. This movie has so much buildup before the payoff, and I think that's what works really well about it. The performances by the girls are fantastic, and you can tell that Hugh Grant is having a ton of fun doing this movie. And this far along into his career, it's great to see him do something extremely weird and very different and be given a role that he gets to really sink his teeth into. The tension here is like palm sweating and amazing, and it's largely due to Grant's performance. So I don't want to spoil anything about the like twist that the movie takes. Long story short, the girls are trapped in this situation, in this house, and they're doing their best to escape. The movie is not perfect. Topher Grace appears in the movie. He's like he's like one of the elders at the church who like goes out and looks for the girls. I think his character is largely wasted. I think there's a ton more that they could have done with that character and with that performer in the role, and they just kind of like, he's just there for like a couple moments and doesn't really add anything. And I think they could have simply done a lot more with that particular character right off the bat. And I have some like qualms with, I guess, our bad guys' motivations, but that's okay. It's not my story to tell. I would have done it differently, but I think the way it's all done is tremendous. So I like this movie a lot. It's one of the best horror films of the year. A24 continues to just put out like fantastic work. I love all their movies. So yeah, I really liked Heretic. If you like these type of movies, if you like psychological horror, I can highly recommend this one. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked it, found it helpful, I hope you would consider subscribing. You can also let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m.